All right, everybody, we are officially live. Welcome to what I hope is an absolutely stellar business building event for you. I want to start this out by setting some expectations for you as to what you should expect to get out of this 3-day sort of training. We're going to start with the expectations for day one. Look, I've spent the last 6 years doing exactly what I'm going to be teaching you today. And I've whittled it down. I've basically, made a reduction of all the stuff that you don't need, I've taken out. And over the next 3 days, I'm going to show you all the stuff that you do need to be able to execute on this, to be able to get more leads for your business and ultimately more sales for your business. And I really want the idea to get through to you during this event that getting more leads for your business is the same thing as getting more sales. We're in a crazy world right now where list building and lead generation is a secondary thing for a lot of people because we've been really fortunate with the growth of social media. You can have a big fan page or a big Instagram page and you can make money, big YouTube channel and make money. You can actually start a random business and then throw up some Facebook ads and make money. And that's how it was for a long time, but that's changed. Let's face it. Let's be honest. iOS 14, iOS 15 makes all this stuff way more difficult. You can't just run ads to an offer anymore and make as much as you want. You can't just run ads to a landing page and get a bunch of sales anymore because the tracking is all gone. In fact, the old way of teaching e-commerce is dead. The method that all the gurus were teaching 3 years ago is gone. It's now everybody is teaching brand building and real stable marketing principles, the same stuff we've been doing for 12 years. I've been in this industry for 12 years. And for the first 6 to 7 of them, that's how we did it. We built our business with list building. Then after that, we got this massive wave of Facebook ads. It made things really great. But now we're back to needing to list build and needing to have a brand. And that means that you need to have control of your audience off of platforms. Now, here's who I'm specifically talking to in these next 3 days. So if you don't fit into this category, this may either be over your head or it may not interest you very much. Number one, the first type of person that I think needs to pay absolute attention to this is anybody who has any sort of business that could use more leads and more sales right now. If you're not ready to make more sales, which that's okay. Maybe you don't have any product right now and you couldn't have any sales. Maybe you don't want to pay attention to this because this is all about being able to generate leads and sales right now. And actually, we've had a lot of people have success launching their business with what I'm about to teach. So even if you don't have a product yet, you could be building an audience of people that you could launch to using what I'm going to teach. But today I'm going to be talking all about a brand new sort of it takes us back to a traditional foundation of marketing, but it's a brand new type of marketing that really didn't exist in totality until August of 2021. And we've spent the last 6 months growing some amazing case studies and some amazing campaigns. And that's what I wanted to give you across these next 3 days is a full level foundation of exactly how you can execute on this in your business. So if you have a business and you want more leads and you want more sales, or if you're a marketing manager for a business, or if you in any way mold and shape the marketing engine for a company and you want to be able to do something really powerful and next level, stuff that companies like Lego is doing, HSN, QVC, Blenders Eyewear. We've got tons of case studies on some big brands that are doing this out there. If you want to get on board with what they're doing and pick up a new weapon for your marketing arsenal that's going to be tried and true for years, no matter what iOS changes come out, this is something that you want to pay attention to. Now, the second type of person is anybody who's either thinking about starting an agency or you want a good side hustle and you want to be able to generate a few $1,000s online. I'm going to show you some really cool tricks that you can do during this training. Or if you have an agency and you want to be able to offer really amazing services to those clients that you can charge top dollar for. See, what I'm going to teach you is from a very, very unique perspective. And this is where I think I have an advantage over basically everybody else in the market, and I want to explain this. So this training is coming from a place that I don't think anybody else can teach you from. And I need to explain. So obviously my name is Travis Stevenson. I'm the CEO of a company called Chatmatic, which builds automations and lead generation campaigns that automate message messaging systems, Messenger and Instagram. It sounds technical, but imagine a website funnel in a messaging chat. Imagine being able to sell people through conversation without actually having to be there manually. Our software allows you to build those kind of campaigns. Now, I have a very, very different perspective than everybody else who's launching coaching programs and training platforms and membership sites. I don't want to sell you some course. It's not what I do. I own a software. I actually want you to use the software. So I want you to know how to do everything ahead of time. But my unique perspective comes from this. When I was building Chatmatic to start, I needed clients so that I could get some case studies, so that I could prove that using Chatmatic actually did some cool stuff. So without really knowing it, I kind of started my own agency, right? Like I started using my software for other people and I charged them to do it. And we got some amazing results that I'm going to share with you on days 2 and 3 of this training. Absolutely stellar 6- and 7-figure results for multiple dozens of brands across every niche you could imagine. Local business, digital marketing, coaching, e-commerce. Doesn't matter. It's because what I'm doing using these automated sequences is traditional list building and business building. It's just done in a little bit of a different format, and that not that many people are doing. But I'm going to show you that it's based on a foundation that just guarantees that you make more money. So that's kind of the nice thing about this is these 3 days are going to guarantee that you generate more sales. But again, what gives me a unique position is I started out as a software creation team here at Chatmatic. We built the tool, so we had to learn the rules. We had to get approved by Facebook, and now we're in their Meta partner program that we've had to go through. We've been fully approved both on Instagram's API and Messenger's API. We had to go through a lot to do that. So we had to learn a lot there, just in the rules and the foundation. But then we had to apply it to multiple other businesses, e-commerce companies, fitness programs, apps, coaches, you name it. So we got to learn by doing it for other people. Then, as a way to grow Chatmatic, we actually taught other people how to provide this service, right? Because it's a lead generation service. I couldn't work with every client if I had to, but I also can't reach them as a software company. I can't reach every HVAC company, lawyer, digital coach, fitness trainer, photographer. They can all benefit from this, but I could never reach all of them. So we have an arm of our company that actually teaches people how to reach them and how to charge $500 to $1,000 a month, which I'm going to show you in these 3 days. But it gives me a unique perspective because I think I'm the only person on the planet, and I don't necessarily say this as a brag, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on the planet who created a software, did it for a lot of clients, but then I'm also one of my top 50 users, meaning I have in the top 50 most subscribers of anybody in our platform because I also use it for myself. I use it for multiple different brands. So I have a very different perspective than most other people. Most software CEOs, they're at dinner tables on Silicon Valley trying to raise more money to be able to do another funding round, to spend another multiple millions of dollars on developers and try to do some crazy next thing. We're a bit more bootstrapped than that. So what we've done is just basically use our platform to execute for other people. And we've just learned a ton through doing this, a ton through having our hands literally in the dirt with clients, building campaigns for them, figuring out what are the issues, what do we need to add, what should we have. So that's what I wanted this 3-day training to be, was a brain dump of all the things that we've learned across the last 6 years, the stuff that we've really been able to have amazing results with in the last 7-8 months with the implementation of Instagram automations, which is a massive blue ocean, both to get clients and for you if you have a business that you want to make more sales on. You need to be on Instagram, and I can help you do that and help you monetize it. So we've got a very, very unique way of sharing this information because it's all going to be based off of stuff that's actually worked. Most people who teach coaching programs, who have courses and all of that, they're doing it based on theory. Maybe they got one restaurant as a client and then they launched a course teaching you how to get restaurants as a client. That is not true scalability. We've had clients in every single niche. We've had clients pay as much as $8,800 for a month of service from us. And we've been able to, on the other side, help those clients generate hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you're going to see some case studies of some of those people, mainly on day 2 and 3 of this training. So we're just going to give you everything. I have nothing to keep back, nothing to hide. I don't want you to buy a course at the end of this. You might be able to join us in our collective, maybe be able to join us using Chatmatic, and I'd love that. But I want to give you everything that you would need to be able to do this for yourself and for your business right now. So please bookmark this page, share it with anybody that you think might want to come and attend this page and watch these trainings. But just make sure that you guys pay attention to your email throughout to make sure that you get day 2 and day 3 as they actually go live. So what I want to do now is I want to talk to you guys about the brand new marketing ecosystem that's coming out. Now, I say brand new, but I really mean it's kind of an old school method, and I kind of talked about it a little bit before, but I need to elaborate. The future big businesses that are starting right now, that are getting started right now, especially in the e-commerce space, coaching, digital product sales, and agencies, they're going to focus on lead generation, not Facebook ads. Okay, and I want you to think about the difference. Yes, you can use Facebook ads to generate leads, but most people in the last 4 or 5 years were growing an agency based on, I can run ads and get you sales. And that's just totally changed now. And it's actually harder than what we do, because you can still get sales if you use automated sequences. It's just that there's a higher likelihood that what you're going to accomplish has a 2 to 3 week, 4 month, 8 month mass payoff than if you just ran Facebook ads. Because the traditional way, and I'm going to show you guys here in a minute on this whiteboard, we're going to walk you through what this whole thing looks like. The traditional way of marketing doesn't work anymore, and I'm literally going to prove it. Look, there's a comment section on this page. I urge you, if you find something that I made a mistake on, tell me. If I'm saying something without a full perspective, tell me. Because I've worked with countless dozens of brands, transitioning them in exactly the way that I am going to show you now into a new wave of marketing. Because here's the foundation that we're building everything off of for the next 3 days. And that is, if you have an email list, you will make more money. And I want you to think about that. Regardless of what business you started, if you had an email list of 10,000 people interested in that product, wouldn't you make more sales? It'd be hard not to. If you sell coaching on how to be a better soccer goalie, and I said, hey, in 6 months from now, you could have a list of 10,000 people who are interested in being a better soccer goalie, so that come Black Friday, Labor Day, Christmas, you want to sell your coaching package on how to be a better goalie, you don't have to run ads. You can send email, you can send SMS, and you already know those people are interested because they've given you their contact information. You have the ability to reach them without having to pay to do so. I don't care what industry you're in. I literally don't care. You could be a plumber. You'll make more money if you sell services to people who you have their information. That's what these automated sequences are about. We have a bunch of different campaigns we're going to run you through. Our 4 primary campaigns we're going to be covering on day 2. And we're actually going to build the basic of a campaign on day 3 so that you guys can actually see how easy the tech is. Because I want you guys to know exactly how to do this. So it doesn't matter what business you're in, doesn't matter what niche you're in, you're going to be able to get something that you can use from this 3-day training. And again, if you're on the fence right now and you're like, well, Travis, I work a full-time job, but I want to be able to do something for myself. 2022 is my year to invest in myself and build my business and grow something. I like the idea of doing the marketing for other people. See, a lot of people who are watching this, you're a good marketer. You've been in the marketing game for a while. You're just not a product guy. I can tell you that for a long time, I tried to make e-commerce work for myself, and I just wasn't an e-commerce guy. It wasn't up my alley to find products on AliExpress and try to drop ship them. It wasn't what I did. It doesn't mean that can't work for other people. What I did really enjoy is the marketing. I like making Facebook ads, especially successful ones. I like making marketing automation sequences, building a list, sending emails to that list and making money, which means that maybe if you have the same interest and you have some knowledge on that, maybe you could make a lot of money doing that for others. And we've helped countless people, hundreds at this point, start agencies charging $500 to $1,000 a month for the services that I will teach you guys over the next 3 days. But we've got to build this foundation from the ground up. And that's what today is all about, is understanding there is a different way. This is going to be a different way of thinking. Anybody who executes on this is going to have to be willing to say, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. Now, you don't have to change everything you're doing. Just implement what I'm going to show you, and you'll see the results. It will pay off. Now, I'm going to show you organic traffic methods, meaning free traffic, things you can do with small audiences, things you can do with large audiences, because everybody watching this has some benefit. You want to run an agency? Go help people who have a big audience run one of our campaigns that we'll show you on day 2. You have a big audience right now, you want to make more money? Go run one of the campaigns that I'm going to show you on day 2. It works for everybody, but I want you to keep that in mind, keep that perspective. I don't care what your background is, you can benefit from this if you pay attention and execute on it. And the next move that we actually have is I want to explain this new marketing method, this new agenda that has to take place, because everybody's overlooking it right now, but you can be one of the few people that gets on board, that pays attention. And this is going to pay off really big in a year from now when you're not struggling, but some of the other people are, because Facebook ads aren't going to get any easier. They're going to get more expensive. In fact, Facebook ads aren't set up for people like you and me. Facebook ads are set up for the big dogs. They're set up for NBC. They're set up for Fox. They're set up for big companies, pharmaceutical companies, Coca-Cola. People who can spend money with no care about what the actual return dollar-wise is. Coca-Cola can spend billions of dollars and not worry about how many sales that I make on my pixel. We can't. We're building small businesses from the ground up. We care about where every $10 goes. Well, what if you could turn every $10 into leads and you knew how many leads you were getting? And then you let that play out and you said, okay, if I have 100 leads, I can make this much from 100, so I can get 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and build a real legitimate big business, or help other people build their business by being the marketing engine for them. And I've been able to be on both sides of that story, so I'm going to share all of it with you. But it starts with this amazing foundation of what I'm going to be teaching you here on our whiteboard, and I'm going to take about 5 or 10 seconds. We're going to transition to my whiteboard now so that I can explain the difference between what everybody's doing now, which I'll consider, or we'll just call in the short term, the wrong way, which is the old way. I'm not saying it's the wrong way. I'm not that guy who's going to be like, you should stop everything you're doing and do only this. That's not what I'm saying. That way's, the way that I'm going to show you still works. I'm just going to give you some live examples of a better way. It's a new way of thinking, though. So if you don't have an open mind, you may not respect what I'm about to show. But I will show you with the best of my, functional brain here. And I'm no artist, but I'm going to draw it all out for you and explain. So let's head over to my whiteboard. All right, so as I made my way over to the whiteboard and turned it on, I also wanted to grab some of these to explain to you guys that what I'm going to be talking about is also stuff that I've taken from some of the best people in the industry. Ryan Dice on email marketing, obviously that comes down to lead generation. We've taken that, we've used it with some of the campaigns, and we talk about it in day 2. I just wanted to explain some of this stuff. We've got Superfans by Pat Flynn talking about some really, really amazing stuff that basically every business owner needs, but especially if you've got any kind of interest of growing on social media. I kind of internalized a lot of that, and we use it in some of our campaigns. Neuroscience of selling, too nerdy to get into. Traffic secrets, obviously everybody's favorite, Russell Brunson here. The stuff that's in this is absolutely genius, but the next level to it is what I'm going to be showing you here in $100 million offers, some really principled things that you need. But I wanted to show you guys that because I'm not just talking from a platform of like, oh, he only listens to himself, he only kind of does his own thing. I have, again, that perspective of like, I'm a marketer and a business owner and an entrepreneur, a lot like you guys. I'm learning from people constantly, applying it to my business and applying it to what I'm going to show you guys here. And this foundational thing that I'm going to draw out here in a second, it's kind of covered in every single one of those books. It's covered in every major marketing book out there that I've seen. And you're going to understand at a very basic level right now why automated messaging campaigns, whether organic or through ads, are essential to every single business. So let's just crack right into it. So let me show you. I'm going to show you what a traditional marketing funnel has looked like for a long period of time, kind of in a linear sense. So let's go ahead and draw this out. You have some source of traffic, right? Some ad, some post on social media, whatever. You might have a lot of them. Maybe you have, several different kinds of traffic. Normally, you point them to a page. Okay, I'm going to call this a landing page, if you will. Now, typically, and this is what I want to talk to you guys about specifically in this, you might have an ad to start this traffic process. If you don't have an audience right now, if you don't have any organic traffic, you're using an ad. If you do have an audience, you've got an email list, you've got a social media following on Instagram, a YouTube channel, Facebook ads, some sort of ability to get people's attention and drive them to stuff, then we're going to call that organic. Either way, you typically drive them over to a page. Now, a couple years ago, this was the methodology, right? Landing page, over to a cart. Landing page over to some sort of thing that they could buy. This landing page sells something, then you get them over to a cart. The real advanced marketers out there, what you've been doing is you've been placing pixels on these pages, okay? So you've been able to track who came to this page. Then what you do is you run another ad to get them to come back if they don't buy, okay? If they do buy, you can promote other stuff. That's been the typical way to grow a business. Oh, just get people who might be interested by showing ads or making organic posts, get them over to your offer, then some of them will buy and you'll make money, right? And then you can just keep recycling this. That's what's been working for 6 to 8 years on Facebook, on YouTube ads, all this stuff, right? It's worked just like this. There's nothing foundational marketing about this, nothing long-term, because you don't own any of this. You don't own any of that. Well, Travis, I've got an Instagram account with 100,000 people. I don't care. What if Instagram gets shut down? What if you get shadow banned? What if something crazy happens and you actually lose your account? Somebody reports you and you lose your account. All this stuff happens, and if that can happen and you lose your traffic source, you don't have a business. You're just an influencer. You're just an opportunist. That's not a business. Business has to be reliable. In order to grow, in order to scale, in order to hire people, build a business, you need reliability. Making a post on Instagram that has 8% organic reach, making a post on Facebook which has even less, it's not reliable. It's not sustainable. Yes, you can grow some sort of a business, but again, it can be taken from you at any time. Okay? This is the normal method. Most people online are still doing this. Some can be successful, some not so much. But let's say we take a little bit of a different approach on this, right? Here's the idea. What if instead we take same ad, same organic traffic, right? We still have the same starting point, but now I'm going to put little typing bubbles here, okay? We send them into a chat, okay? Now we send them into a chat. Here's the cool things about automated chat sequences. This right here guarantees you get a lead. Guarantees it. Everybody that's in an open chat with your business is a lead for you. Think about it. You send somebody into a pre-built conversation, instantly there's an inbox with their name on it you can go into and talk to them, okay? Not only is that important, but we can automate the sales process in a step-by-step fashion, okay? Here's something I like to say to people all the time. What are you more likely to remember? A conversation with someone or a billboard of someone? Well, unless it's a really, really good billboard, you're going to remember the conversation. What are you more likely to remember? A conversation with somebody or a flyer. Let's say you walk into your favorite business, somebody hands you a flyer, what do? You usually throw it out. Somebody walks up to you and shakes your hand and says, hey, I'm so-and-so, let me tell you what we got going on. You remember that. You engage with that. You can get to a buying decision faster through that, which is why Messenger and Instagram ads technically are a higher ROI than most normal ads. Because number one, you get a guaranteed lead. Everybody who's finding out about your business is a lead for you. That means more sales. Now, inside these chat sequences, some really cool benefits. I'm going to just talk about them real quick. One of the benefits, everybody that goes into a chat with you, you can collect their email address. Everybody who goes into a chat with you, you could collect their SMS. Now we have a sequence we're going to be talking about in days 2 and 3 called an assess and collect sequence. Here's a really good example of that. Let's say that you're in the real estate space and you decide that you're going to sell a home. You want to try to help sell a home. You start advertising this, and normally you would send it over to a landing page. That landing page tells people about the home. But what if they're not qualified for the home? What if they want 4 bedrooms, not 5? Well, now you've got no information about that person. You can't remarket to them without spending more money on Facebook. Okay? The difference would be, what if you sent them into a sequence and asked them, how many bedrooms are you looking for? 3, 4, 5 plus? They say 4, you only show them houses that you have for sale that have 4 bedrooms. Now you're not wasting their time and you're not wasting your time and you're not losing them. See, the crazy thing is, the only way to get someone back in this funnel, let me just show you guys here, if I can do it. Let's go here. The only way to get somebody back in this funnel is to spend more money. Spend more money, that's it. If I spend money on ads and drive somebody over to a landing page and they don't opt in anywhere or they don't buy my product, the only thing I can do to get them back is to spend more money on Facebook. Let's take the alternative route. Let's say we're down here, okay? Now, I'm gonna erase this for a second. We've driven them into a chat. The chat then drives them to my website. My website still does all the same stuff it would normally do. It's just inside of a chat. We can collect more data this way, which is great. But we can also send them to a website that's based on what they're interested in. Oh, do you have we'll be talking about it in day 2. Do you want a grill that cooks for 1 person or 2? That's a different page on your website. Do you like pink or yellow? Different products on your website. Are you shopping for yourself or for your kid? Different sections of the website. So this actually allows you to do a lot of really cool stuff. So not only are we lead generation here, not only are we actually building a list, which again, we didn't do here. The only time you build a list here is if they abandon their cart. That's it. That's the only way you build a list here, or if they buy. None of these people do you have information on. You don't own that relationship. Facebook does. Instagram does. So if you're driving organic traffic right now to a landing page and going, I'm making a good amount of money. I'm generating traffic from my sponsors, right? I want you to rethink that, because that can be taken from you any day. When the algorithm changes next month, don't come coming back to me and saying, well, Travis, I just didn't know, because now you know. The algorithm will change. It will. The platforms will change. 2 months ago, Instagram came out and said, we're no longer a picture sharing app. You know what happened to all the people who really only had the bandwidth to share pictures? They're not reaching as many people. They're not making as much money as they used to. They had to pivot into now making reels, okay? So I want you guys to think about that. You can't be reliant on a platform. One of my mottos at Chatmatic is from algorithm to inbox. We're going to talk about that more as well on day 2 and 3. But you need to have a system in place that collects leads with everything you do and still drives sales to your business. And let's talk about another benefit of sending people into a chat sequence versus sending them to a landing page. Here, I'm going to do it like this. 24 hours. I get 24 hours to market my product to everybody that comes into a chat sequence with me. So now I take exactly the same funnel I would normally run on a website. I build it into a sequence of chat-based messages. I get somebody's undivided attention. I run the same ad, but when they click, it goes into a sequence. I make a post on my Instagram page. When they comment, they go into a sequence. When they DM me, they get a sequence, right? Just lead generation entry points. We're going to be talking about that. You can also download a PDF on day one here below. There's going to be a way, just read the information below. You can actually get a PDF that explains all of the ways in which you can drive people into a chat. Every single method. We've got tons of them. Ads, organic posts, links, comments, private replies, you name it. There's a ton of rules, right? I give you all of them inside of a free PDF that you guys can download on this page because, again, I don't have anything that I think you need to buy in order to be able to execute on this stuff. We don't sell courses here. So you drive people into a chat with everything that you do. Now you're guaranteed to build a list. So now you actually have a list, and guess what? Now, whenever your organic traffic suffers, or this is the funniest thing, even if you are absolutely killing it, wouldn't you be killing it a little bit more if you could send emails to make money? The saying that I always go back to is, let's say you spent the next 6, 8, 9, 10 months, whenever you're watching this, sending people into a chat. Now you've got a list. You've got an email list because you've asked people, hey, if you want this discount, give me your email address. And we walk through the exact campaigns on day 2. Day 1, today, I just want to be able to give you guys an understanding of why this is so different. So I want to make sure I'm covering all the bases. Number 1, you're preferred in the algorithm now because you're not sending people off of platform. You're not linking to an outside site, which means that you are going to get more reach on all of your organic posts and better reach on all of your ads. Not insignificant. Number 2, you can walk them through a sequence that they can't skip through. Somebody can skip all the way through your sales page and go right to the bottom and have no information about what you're doing, and then they hit the buy button. Oh, this isn't worth $9.97, and they skip. You can do the same thing in a sequence, but they can't skip and get to the price until they know the value, let you do your job, right? But now they're educated. Now you know something about them. You can tag them inside of platforms like Chatmatic, which we're going to cover in day 3. But you can do a lot of really, really cool marketing stuff with this that actually makes it to where you're guaranteed to get more sales. So now you're collecting email or SMS with basically every single campaign that you run. Now Black Friday comes. You've got an audience of people in a chat. You've also got an audience of people in email. Black Friday morning hits. You send an email. You're going to make more money. Guaranteed. The 3 days that we're going to be covering all of this stuff, if you use it, you will make more money, guaranteed. I put my money where my mouth is, and you guys are going to learn about that through the Collective. You're going to learn about that through the 3 days of this training, that if you join Collective, which you can get more information on, and you don't make more money, you don't pay. Because I can guarantee that everybody comes in, if you use this stuff, you make more money, because I can't think of a single way in which my funnel doesn't improve on the old way. So let me just put them side by side. This is method number 1 right here. Your traffic goes to landing page, fingers crossed, they end up buying, right? Now, all the 97% of people that don't buy from you on the first take, in order to get them back to this page, you're going to have to spend more money or make more posts. That's the only way to get them back. The only way to make more money and grow is to do more work or spend more money. It doesn't have to be that way. Let me show you the difference. Now, same exact post goes into a chat. I now get 24 hours. For free to remarket to those people. I don't have to pay. They click on my ad, they go into a chat, they get information about my brand. 2 hours later, they're getting an automated message that says, hey, I just wanted to check to make sure that you got those pants. I wanted to check in to make sure you got that hot sauce. I wanted to check in to make sure that you booked your call with my team. I wanted to check in to make sure that you did this thing. Yes, no? Yes? Okay, great, you're all set. No? Oh man, you really need to take advantage of this because this isn't gonna last for long. 20 hours later, same thing. Maybe different message, but same idea. Free retargeting. Let that sink in. free retargeting. Now again, everything that I teach in this 3-day training, it kind of really, it's special for two different groups. If you have your own business and you're not using this, it's absolutely insane after the 3 days not to be doing this. It's profitable from the jump. We're going to be talking about campaigns that made 400 book sales in a weekend. Campaigns that did $80,000 in sales from a giveaway that I ran on day 2. I'm going to give you a 10-page case study that talks about the giveaway that I ran that made me $60,000 from 700 subscribers on Instagram. I'm talking, we're covering everything, right? In every single one of those formulas and every single one of those campaigns that we've run, that we've tested, they all make more money, and that's in the short term. We haven't even considered what the long-term value is going to be of building a list with everything that you do, right? So now, free retargeting, okay? And then you still get to promote your website and make sales during that process. So this is what I really want to be able to cover in the 3 days. Day 1, I want you to be thinking as you leave here, man, I really need to do this. That's what I want you guys thinking about as you leave today, going into tomorrow. I want you to think, I need to do this. And that I can do this, right? Because everybody can. Wait till you see day 2 and 3. I'm going to simplify this whole thing to make sure that everybody understands. But today I need you to understand that every single person watching, regardless of what business you're in, should be running automated chats through their organic traffic. So if you've got a lot of followers on Instagram or Facebook, you need to join the collective. You can get more information on it below, but you need to be doing this stuff ASAP, because every single one of you that has an organic audience is leaving money on the table by not doing this. You get your time back. Let me just move this over. You get your time back. You get to automate sales. You get more sales and more leads, and you're building a more stable foundation for the future. And I just proved it, because the way that you used to make money doesn't work as well. There's nobody that can argue that this somehow is a better formula long-term than this. And this makes more money now because you're getting a lead from every single person that comes in. If you spend $100 on ads and you can get 100 leads because they're all going into Messenger or they're all going into Instagram, isn't that better than spending $100 on ads and getting 10 clicks? Maybe you get 100 clicks, but you can't do anything with a click. You don't get any data. There's no communication access. Sending people into a sequence, you get that. I actually feel crazy that everybody in the world isn't doing this, but did you know right now only about 500,000 brands are using Messenger automations, and only about 100,000 brands are using Instagram automations? I just feel like I'm in a really foreign place that more people aren't doing this, because I can't think of a single scenario where it doesn't pay out more long-term to do this method. Free 24-hour retargeting, guaranteed leads with every single person you run into a sequence, easier sequences to make. You can make these faster than you can make a landing page. I'm going to show you how to do that on day 3. We actually build a campaign in front of you to show you how easy the tech is, because this isn't rocket science. It's actually really, really easy to make this stuff work. So this is the new, I want to call it the new marketing ecosystem, is placing a primary objective on list building and lead generation. Stop trying to build a store by getting products, building the whole store, and then having nobody to tell. What if instead you had an ad running that sent people into Messenger that said, hey, we're about to open our store. You got a list of 10,000 people. And then when your store was open, you could email those people to your store opening. What if you want to build a big app and you have an ad that runs into Instagram automation DM that says, hey, our big app is coming, give me your email address and we'll let you know when it's coming. And then when it actually arrives, you can email people instead of waiting until the app is out and then saying, well, now we got to run ads. There's an amazing amount of psychology between these two that proves that this one actually works. And works better. It's going to make you more money. It's automated. It's 24 hours around the clock. Imagine having a VA without having to pay for a VA. Speaks perfect English, never asks for a raise, is always on. You can set these things up, and that's what I want to show you guys as we go through days 2 and 3. So what I want you guys to do is this. Do me a huge favor. Please at the bottom of this page is a comment section. I want you to put something in the comments about what you picked up as you're going through this sort of first day. I don't want to overwhelm you by hopping right into more training and the actual execution. That's why I broke this into several days. I needed you to understand the basic foundation. That is, there's a massive shift happening, and the people that pick up on it and build their business around list building are always going to be able to thrive. Always be able to thrive. Every dollar that you spend, every post that you make can be building your list. Stop avoiding it because you don't know about it. Now you know, you're educated, and that is a scary thing in the hands of the right person, because now everything that you do could be building your list. And I'm going to teach you how to do that on day 2 and day 3. Below this video now is information on how you can download a free PDF that's going to walk you through all of the entry points to get somebody into Messenger, somebody into Instagram, some examples of sequences that you can run, and essentially everything that you would need to know to be able to take this to the day 2, where we're going to be going into actual campaigns. I'm literally going to share, this ad did this much, this was the campaign. This campaign did this much, here's how we got people in. So that again, when we get to day 3 and I show you how to build them, you're ready to go. I want you to be armed with everything. Please feel free to hold me accountable. But I want you to let me know in the comments what's one big thing that you took away from day 1, and how excited you are potentially for day 2. It would mean the world to me as we go live on day 2 to see that everybody's super pumped about that. And I just hope that you guys understand, the people that take this seriously and start building their list right now, start focusing on list building and generating that omni-channel list where you've got an email list, an SMS list, which you're going to find out in Chatmatic. You can send emails from Chatmatic. You can send SMS from Chatmatic. So now you've got this engine that I'm going to teach you how to use that can be your marketing arm. It's a CMO, but it's in a software. It's really, really amazing, and it's going to guarantee that you get more sales. E-commerce, no business, digital products, physical products, it literally doesn't matter. Local business, you're gonna make more money doing this stuff, and I can't wait to share it with you as we go through days 2 and 3. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for the email when we go live on day 2 and as well as day 3. And again, I really, really hope that you guys are focused on implementing this into your business, improving your business, getting long-term results. And I literally can't wait to share what we've been able to do with some of our users to be able to get them some amazing results. And what I want to do right now is we're going to clip into a little video that we made, kind of a montage of some of our users that you're going to hear talking throughout the rest of this series, but just to give you guys a little glimpse as we leave today of exactly what you could be looking forward to. So thanks again for watching, thanks for being here, and we'll see you in day 2.
Okay, God, send me a fun way to list build.
We've generated anywhere from $350,000 to $400,000 in revenue, and that's generated my agency $40,000 plus in revenue.
It was actually for about £9,000.
I was able to close a 22K deal with the college.
Yeah, we had over $80,000 in total after the launch was all said and done, and it all started with the giveaway idea.
Yeah, I think it was around 17,000, around there. But yeah, it was all through Instagram. It was all on Instagram. 60 days, we did just a little over 40,000 in revenue.
Going back to like the amount of free time that this has given me, like I think the automations are a use for us to get lazy. And so I love though that I can do so much with the automation, and then I can still be live with my customer through email or through a DM, because every single time now that I create a new program, I'm doing it based off of what my customers are literally asking me for through private messages. And then when I launch it, it's a home run.
But after having conversations and some coaching with Travis and some of his groups, quickly realized that we have a lot to offer.
Closed a deal of 4,500 for a 3-month contract.
You'll see the results. You'll see the messages flowing through, or you'll see, your abilities to use this to your benefit. So I think it's so cool. Why wouldn't you want to?
Thank you for everything, Travis, and I'm very glad that I joined the Chatmatic family.